Welcome back to Haunted by Tapes with the Frog Brothers Podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Haunted by Tapes with the Frog Brothers Podcast. Tonight's feature film is the classic
The Philadelphia
2016 film, The Belko Experiment.
Yeah, this was my idea, but it's because it was on Tubi, and I've seen it before. I quite enjoyed this movie when I watched it for the first time.
I watched it when it first came out on...
And as I do, I learned
Home
while
video.
watching it through Wikipedia and IMDb that James Gunn wrote it. Then I learned the history of how he kind of put it together, and this is a movie he did before Guardians, originally, he was trying to get it made then and was going to direct it, but then had to commit to doing the Guardians movies and couldn't make this movie by the time somebody wanted to make it, so he was like, well, I want to be a producer with full creative control, and then I'll be down. And then they made it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has the writing credit for it. That's why a lot of the casting still has his heavy influence on it, right?
Yep.
When you look at Michael Rooker, you look at his brother that's in there.
Sean Gunn and Michael Rooker, obviously, and then the other guy from...
the MCU.
Yeah, but he is in the James Gunn movie in that, too. The Suicide Squad or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He's Polka Dot Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Ant-Man
I
film.
knew he looked familiar.
And he's in Dark Knight also.
Yeah.
He's the crazy guy.
So this movie's a kind of an interesting one, though.
Yeah.
It feels so fresh because it doesn't feel like it's been done a million times.
But doesn't it feel like a movie that that could have been made in the late 80s or early 90s? Like, it feels like it could have... It wouldn't be the same movie, but, the idea behind it feels like it's something that could have existed back then with, RoboCop.
It seems like...
I could see it going
seems
hand
like
in
an
hand
old
with something
type
like that.
of movie.
Yeah.
The concept feels
like
like...
an old Orion Pictures movie or something from...
Yeah, for real.
89.
Which it is. Orion.
Which is funny, yeah. 'Cause it is,
I didn't even realize that.
Oh, you
That's
didn't?
fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's an Orion.
I was
So-
just spitting off the top of my head. It feels like an Orion movie, and
That's why I was watching.
Makes
I was
sense.
like, it's weird to see the Orion
it is, and they don't
logo.
use that branding very often anymore.
that could be it. It could just be
picture company.
subconscious that I just watched it and connected
Yeah.
the dots. But
The movie takes place in Bogota, Colombia.
Bogota.
Bogota.
It's not
Bogota.
Bogota.
Bogota. That's how white people say it.
hey, Bogota.
Hey, Bogota.
Hey, Bogota,
R.I.P.
Colombia.
R.I.P.
Colombia. Cocaña.
Racist.
He can only have one candy bar a day.
Who?
Hey, Bogota.
Oh.
In Look Who's Talking.
Oh, yeah, he was the grandpa.
I like to do the fucked up references that people don't expect from Abe Vigoda's career. Remember, I loved him in Look Who's Talking. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not just the Conan O'Brien stuff.
Yeah.
So this is my first time seeing this film. I really
Oh, was
enjoyed
it?
it. Yeah. Had not seen this, actually. I was pretty impressed with it.
Let's talk about another cast member.
All right, who you got?
You know how
the
we've
guy
met-
from Ghost?
No. There's a woman named Rusty
Rusty?
Schwerman. I don't know how to read that because I have bad handwriting.
Swami?
But she was in a movie called The Perfect Storm.
Oh, with George Clooney?
Yes. As the woman at
watched
the
that one.
bar who the mustache guy hits on.
I don't remember that movie well enough.
Well, maybe you'll remember this other one that she's in, where she plays a character named Joe. She plays her mom in a movie called Twister.
Joe's mom?
The actual mom. Not the fake mom that we met.
She's in this movie?
the mom from the beginning and the...
She looks just like her. So she's the woman who's kind of old and a little bit bigger and has long brown hair.
Interesting.
And is talking to the guy with the glasses at the beginning about his fish tank or whatever, his ants. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's her. She's in Twister and Perfect Storm. I thought that was an interesting tidbit, especially because we are Twister fans and we also met the flashback mom who we thought was this actor at the time. Before, or not when we had it, but beforehand, that's kind of what we assumed.
That's what it looked like. It's false advertising.
That's kind of how she portrayed herself a little bit.
Manipulative
But
advertising, I would say,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't
for
know.
sure.
it's a thing.
You're like, oh, you're just that person. You're not this person.
The Spanish version of the one song, At first I was afraid, I was petrified.
All the Spanish versions of the songs
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
movie are fucking amazing. Like,
It's
really well
dope.
done. Fucking really enjoyed that.
It's a
It
very
made me
interesting
feel
touch.
like I was in Bogota.
I felt like I was really there.
That you're still alive, you son of a bitch.
So you get the car checks, And you're kind of like, you're introduced to this world. You're kind of trying to understand it. And they slowly show you that, okay, yeah, we're relocating Americans to work in this office building that's in Colombia for God knows what reason. Some illegal shit, probably. And then you learn that they also get a chip in the back of their heads. Like a
When
tracker.
They get hired on, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
That's for
turning
their
folk-
safety and shit.
And they're turning anyone that's
I'd
actually
be like,
from
why does it
Colombia
have
away.
to go in my head?
Yeah, the locals.
Why does the tracker have to go in my skull?
And
Well, I think they're trying to say it's like a high-tech office, so like we know where you're at anytime in case of a
No,
kidnapping.
I mean,
yeah, they give them a
no, the
that's how they
tracker's
frame
fine,
it.
but why does it gotta go in my head? Is what I would have said.
right.
Yeah.
Like, can you put it in my arm?
They give them an apartment and a car and shit. They sent the local employees home.
I suspect the key didn't actually go to an apartment.
Mitch called like security and is like, "Yo, what's up with this shit? Today's weird." And then like the voice comes over the intercom, and it's like, "Hello, go fuck yourselves." There, it says something about there's 80 people
You
in
sound
this
like
building.
movie phone there for a second.
Yeah.
Hello,
There's 80
and
people.
welcome to movie death.
Hello, and welcome to mass
Belko
genocide.
In 8 hours,
You will all die.
most of you will be dead, unless
like how
you
they-
follow our orders
Unless
and
you-
murder 2 employees in the next what does he say? 30 minutes at that point, or is it?
was kill 2 people in the 30
Or
minutes.
face repercussions. Repercussions. Now you know what I'm thinking about.
They don't fuck around with those first 2 kills, though.
No, it's pretty interesting. I want to bring this up real quick before I forget about it. There's a movie called Mayhem. Have you seen that one? It came out in like 2018 or 19, maybe 2020 even.
Who's in it?
Stephen Yeun from Walking Dead, the guy who played Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes place in an office
Is it
building.
American?
I think so. It takes place in an office building. It's a similar vibe to this.
I think I may have seen
But
it, or
it's
heard
basically
about
they introduce a chemical to this building as an experiment, and it makes everybody turn fucking haywire.
it. I think I have seen that.
Here's an interesting thing. Well, it's on Shudder, and Joe Bob talked about
That's
it. So,
probably why
like,
it's
during
doing that.
his little tidbits, I learned a fact that you can see people fucking for real in one of these scenes because 2 extras who were decided to fuck when they were supposed to be pretending to fuck. Basically, they were like, "We're gonna really fuck." And it's in the movie. And it's in the background of a chaotic scene where there's people murdering each other, there's people fucking, and then Stephen Yeun is doing some shit he's the main focus. But
Interesting.
chaotic. I recommend it if you ever get around to it. If you liked this one, it's similar
I know I've
vibe.
at
They-
least seen it listed.
we
on
could
Shudder.
compare these two because
Oh
they
my
came out in a
God.
similar time in our office murder movies,
Well, it's
basically.
too late. So we're
So-
reviewing this now.
It's not too late.
There's a lot of talk for a sequel to the Belko experiment. I mean, basically,
Yeah,
how
I
the
heard.
movie
I had heard
ends.
that, and I meant to look it up earlier.
I haven't seen.
There's
I
no
haven't,
recent news on it, but
No.
yeah.
I haven't checked James Gunn's stuff. I mean, he's so busy with his shit right now. I'm sure if he
Yeah,
wants
there
to
is.
do it,
There is
he
a
probably
hook.
will.
There is a hook at the end.
Yeah, you could do all sorts of different sequels. You could do a sequel that is literally just one of those other characters' stories, or
Continue.
Carry
yeah,
Or-
you could
yeah.
continue on as well,
Because they said phase 2.
which could be all those people.
Then they're in like a death match.
Yeah, all those people are brought into the
It's
next
like
level. Yeah.
The
Could be super interesting, but
it's the returning champs round.
let's see. Oh yeah, the metal on the outside of the building covers it. Looks like fucking Avengers headquarters.
Yeah, all the fucking doors get covered up with metal. All the windows get
They
covered.
try to use the blowtorch against it.
They said the whole building, not even just the windows.
Yeah,
That's fascinating too. And they're like, it's not even getting hot.
yeah. The boss tries to chill them all out. Mr. Morris.
And then they call him out. They're like, you're fucking ex-military, and you're trying to calm everybody down. They call him on his bullshit.
We also forgot to mention John C. McGinley, who's in 3 movies that we really very much enjoy here.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's kind of creepy towards the girl.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Office Space, which is funny that he's in this.
Yeah.
He's one of the Bobs.
Oh, the Scrubs guy. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows him.
He's
from
in The
Scrubs.
Rock,
Yeah.
and he's in Point Break.
Yeah, he is.
He's one of the FBI. Love that
yeah.
shit. Just had to point that out. He's really creepy and good in this.
Yeah.
He's so he starts out really creepy, and then he just becomes an asshole because he's not really creeping on that chick anymore. But
Sean Gunn is smoking pot. I like that.
Sean Gunn looks really like, I know he does a lot of mocap and stuff, but like he looked really different. Like, just like I didn't realize how lanky he looks in some of the scenes in this.
Well, he's not wearing anything like he is in Guardians.
Well, he's not wearing any kind of jackets that like show it off, so he just is not, he looked way different than I expected him to in this. But he's good though. Like
Yeah.
his character was great and like
No, I
survived
like
a
his
long
character
time.
a lot. Like Some of the stuff he says is like where they're going for a joke and it's not super funny, but he gets funnier as it goes on.
Yeah, he gets better.
Rooker dies about as quickly as he does in Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they get the head pop in the lobby.
That head popping
fun.
scene's fucking great, man, because you just have no idea what the fuck's going on yet. And you're like, oh.
And Mike goes to cut his fucking out. He knows what's up immediately. He's like, oh, fuck this shit.
Then they call him out on camera, like, stop doing what you're doing now.
Yeah, and I think he successfully gets it out.
No, he doesn't.
I've always thought that, but this time it looks like he pulls it out.
No, because even definitely at the end, he's make sure he doesn't flip his switch at the very end.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I didn't feel like he got his out, but yeah.
No, it was close because he had.
But I've watched this is like the
fingers in
third time,
hole.
and I've always felt that way until this time. This time it felt like he got it out. So I mean, I'll take your word for it. I'm just saying.
I don't think so. But.
No, it felt like he stopped and when the count was down to 2, I think, and then he just didn't succeed. But that tension right there of like him
fingernail
dying.
deep for sure, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of pointless to put in there if he doesn't get it out too. I feel like. I mean, I get it. You're just causing some drama. And
Well,
shit,
they had to
but,
establish.
Well, they established that that's what's going on,
They
and then
established that this isn't an option to take it out of your head. So, although they take it out of the dead bodies later.
yeah, which you'd think they would have.
The only other thing that bothers me is that there's a little too much of that. Oh, it's convenient that these characters are the ones that are left alive because obviously it's written that way.
They're the main because they're the main characters.
Yeah, basically.
There's a lot of people though that they slowly kill off though, which I think works. As far as casting and stuff goes. Then you get down to that one last survivor, and I didn't know if they're going to have several survivors or what, so I did like that element. You just didn't know.
Well, they
if
had
who's
the
gonna
last
be-
15 for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, the voice is back and says it's 12:47. There's 76 of you alive. At 2:47, we need 30 dead. And if not, we're going to kill 60 of you. And immediately after that's where Rooker dies because the other guy fucking panics. And then the girl down there accidentally kills him, basically, because he's attacking her.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets pushed into those hook things.
And then there's 2 right there.
That's where they really start to divide and conquer here, and they start the 2 little factions that are warring, essentially.
Yeah, basically the 4 dudes in the cafeteria who are left in the cafeteria after everyone just talks about the morality of the shit. They're like, we're gonna murder people, basically. Sean Gunn pours the water out, and he's like, "There's chemical in water, man."
Yeah, and he goes around and dumps all the fucking water cooler tanks.
And then they're trying to use the blowtorch to get the guns, and the evil dudes are, and security basically
Well, he's got the.
he
key.
pulls the gun on him, and then Mike talks him down, and then takes the gun from him and shoots the tank of the.
Yeah, shoots the compressor or the tank, the fuel tank or whatever on that, and blows it up. So
Yeah, I think it's just the air compressor, isn't it? Or the tool.
He shoots like.
Or whatever. I guess it's propane, but it doesn't blow up, does it? It just kind of
That's what I was
starts
wondering.
leaking
I was
air,
like,
so
If he shot it.
it's weird.
yeah, it just breaks the hose off there. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
Maybe that's, I don't know. Fucking who knows.
either way, it renders that inoperable and useless to them. So they need the keys.
They gather all the people up into the main room, and they are trying to decide who to kill.
Yeah, anyone anyone that has children,
Anyone with kids under 18.
like
they
go
put
over
in-
here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
60
that's
and
right.
over goes
Anyone
over here.
60 and older over here, and then anyone else that just don't.
And there's
fucking
only
like,
77 people. I mean, 7 people who are over 60. So he goes like, oh, well, shit. Then he just goes into the crowd and starts picking people.
Yep, picking them out,
Um,
which is pretty intense because they're basically getting ready just to fucking massively.
and
kill
they shoot
everybody.
the one guy just shoots one of the guys when he's like, no, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Well, yeah, to set precedent, and he needs people to behave, do what they're told.
And yeah, then they obviously pick Mike. And
One as they're getting ready to kill everybody down there,
they turn on California Dreamin' Spanish version.
that gal that's hiding down in the basement is able to turn the power off.
Well, he's already killed like 4 people at that point.
Yeah, but
He's
I
shot
mean,
'em
she's
all in the
able
fucking
to
head.
stop the mass shooting there, basically.
Yeah, then there's a big shooting and killing montage.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice on the intercom comes over and says there's only 29 killed. 2 minutes remaining. And they come up one short. He does kill the one guy, and the boss is going up in his elevator, and the guy tries to jump out and gets squished by. That's just gnarly.
That's a crazy death scene.
That one woman was going to kill that guy with the axe, but then she didn't, and then he dies anyway.
Yeah.
If she had just killed him, those other 30 people would have died.
Well, yeah, he deserved it. He had already killed people.
Yeah.
Or was about to, or basically made the decision to. So
Well, this movie's, the understory is
Yeah.
just like the moral obligation of like, what's it take for people to be okay with killing each other?
Right. No, we'll get to the ending because the ending is fucking ridiculous. But and then people start going boom. We see heads just start popping everywhere, and it's pretty cinematic and interesting. And then you get the one guy with the glasses who's like, "Oh, it's finished."
It stopped, and then
and his head explodes, and it's like, "Oh, cool." It would have been cooler had their whole heads exploded though, instead of just a little bit of it. It would have been more graphic and excessive and.
Maybe
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
a
for
budgetary thing. maybe.
Yeah,
that's
could
what
have
it
helped
felt
the
like to
vibe
me.
though for me.
Having a few blow up all the way and having some others not blow up, it would have made sense, right? Anyway, it was pretty.
Sean Gunn watching them all explode in the cafeteria, saying, "It's all in my mind."
Also, they
Yeah.
I think the explosives toward the back of their head too. If it would have to be like in the middle of their head.
I don't care.
He's going to town on pork chop.
Yeah, he is. Bunch of... Oh, yeah, the bunch of them exploding. The glasses guy, the last stage, basically...
Whoever has the most kills.
Yeah, it says the guy, the boss, who's Morris, has 11 kills. Wendell Duke is the fucking creepy dude, has 7. The fat dude with gray hair, Vincent, has 1, and Danielle has 1 because she accidentally killed the guy in the basement. And then the gay guy who's with her is like, "Oh, you've killed someone? What the fuck?" Like, basically.
Yeah, and so then you basically start getting another mass shooting, bunch of death sequences here, and everyone trying to figure it out, and everyone's trying to be because it's basically whoever has the most kills will be spared no matter what.
Yeah, Wendell Duke comes out of the bathroom after killing the 2 people, and then you see the flapping sign that says, "Please leave a clean bathroom," or some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Classic. Sean Gunn's collecting the bombs out of people's heads, which is that is a good idea. Yeah.
That's a huge fucking payoff. Yeah, we're going to blow up this door over here to get out of here. Like, you think that'll do that?
It is a good idea. And he says, "Some of these people are total dicks." Amanda calls to Mike from the first floor on the thing, which if I heard that, I would think that it was just a trap to get killed. So I wouldn't go.
Yeah. He doesn't care. He still goes.
Duke gets killed by Amanda. Then there's some Molotov cocktails being thrown around.
That was pretty fucking cool because I wasn't expecting those. And, like, that was a good sequence of like trying to escape and back and forth. I had fun with that one.
Yeah, and then Morris kills the elevator girl. What's her name? Danielle.
Oh, yeah.
New girl. He shoots her as soon as the elevator opens.
Yeah,
after
why
him.
didn't she like take cover behind the, side of the door instead
I
of
mean, just for
standing right there?
for story purposes, you got to kill these people off. I mean, to get where you want to go ultimately.
Yeah. And Mike gets Morris, basically. After what's-her-face dies, Amanda.
Yeah.
And this is where it turns into the beginning of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
The monkeys and the monolith.
No, the monkey and the bone
Oh, right.
beating the other monkeys to death.
Oh,
Him
Yeah.
doing the fucking stapler and the epic shots in slow motion. That's all I could think of was 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, that's
like
a pretty graphic scene because like he literally bludgeons him to death with that giant tape dispenser, and that looks like
tape dispenser. Yeah.
and that's not like a regular like Scotch tape dispenser. That's more like a shipping and receiving tape dispenser for heavier duty tape, which explains why it could crush someone's fucking face by smashing it
And
on.
they basically take him for like exit questioning, and he meets Blofeld. I mean, Dr. Evil. I mean, whatever this guy's name is.
Yeah, the voice is basically just
Yeah,
what they call him. I
he
don't
had
think
a
they
lot
ever
of,
name him.
But it's not even the voice that we heard earlier, so
No.
it's like...
Yeah, he's like the voice, and I'm like,
You
that
couldn't
doesn't
have
sound
that guy record more lines or do something else, because that's inconsistent and weird.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're like, at least have that guy in there because he's.
Unless he was using like some kind of voice changer. I don't know.
Yeah, that was.
But
the
yeah,
other
he's got
part
a lot
that
of
didn't really
like
pan out.
makeup and prosthetic on.
And he puts all the explosives on them and flips the switches.
Yeah, they show basically him like putting them on each of them as he gets in there, which obviously the 2 guards get killed, and then you have the showdown where he only blows up the voice's arm.
Yeah.
which is a pretty cool sequence. I mean, I love the resolution on that. I thought that was pretty cool, seeing all those switches get triggered and everything.
Yeah, it was interesting. And then, you kind of see it zoom back out, and he's on another monitor with a bunch of other people who presumably just did the same thing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see people, other people,
The other
confused or
survivors.
anguished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it says, like, stage 2 commencing.
Dun,
Yep.
dun, dun.
Cliffhanger ending, which obviously you have enough resolution that you're okay with it to end that way, but at the same time, it's always like, hey, we got more ideas to go with this. So
Well, the thing about horror sequels, especially like this, it would just be fun. You don't have to take it seriously and worry about the lore and shit like that. You're like, I just want to see some more fucking people
Yeah.
having to kill each other or do some weird shit and
this almost felt like
it's like Squid Game and stuff like that. It's when
Yeah.
people are pitted against each other against their will. It's very interesting. And in that one, I guess they end up. Have you seen Squid Game?
I haven't seen all of it. No,
You need to see Squid Game.
I've seen, I think, like the first 4 episodes. I didn't finish it.
Pretty fucking solid.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed what I've seen so far, but I think it's one of those things where this movie had a lot of Resident Evil vibes. The original film series, at least kind of that first one, of just like this claustrophobic office space area, just without
Yeah.
the monsters and zombies. So I did appreciate that. That kind of felt a little bit nostalgic in the way it was done. Like, you said it felt like something older.
Yeah. Older.
Older. Don't mind my voice cracking. Happens every day. Talk long enough, bound to happen. I would highly recommend it if you haven't seen this, especially if you like James Gunn stuff. Like, this is a good balance, I would say, probably from, if you're a fan of Guardians, to see like his darker stuff, right?
Or like Slither. Didn't he write that?
Yeah, I think so. And then, like, he started off doing a lot of trauma films, so if you start kind of going back to that, I'd imagine like you'd see that influenced here with just a
Off
way
the top of my
better
head,
writer.
he wrote Romeo and Juliet, the Scooby-Doo live-action movie, Dawn of the Dead remake from 2004.
Yeah.
Obviously, Belko Experiment and Guardians movies, and the Suicide Squad movie. So there's quite a few interesting things under his belt.
Yeah, it's not all the same type
And
of stuff.
sometimes maybe even a dick tucked under it.
Yeah. Well, where else are you supposed to hide it when you have a boner?
I don't know.
The only problem with that, though, is if you're wearing a medium shirt and you put your hands up, then you
Yeah,
got it.
it's all hell's
Then,
broken
then there's a fucking trouser snake looking ready to spray its venom everywhere.
Oh, well,
All tuckered out over here.
yeah, I'm fucking passing out.
I think it's we're gonna call it on that one, but check out Belko Experiment. It's a really fun movie for a unique concept. I enjoyed it. I definitely want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Say that.
I've seen it a couple times. It's on Tubi. Check it out for free. Also, subscribe to our Patreon
Is it on Tubi also?
and rank, like a Radar podcast. Review it on, Apple and Spotify and these things. We need people to do these things.
Yeah, that's actually probably the easiest thing you can do to support us right now. Just give us a rating, help grow the audience. If you have a friend that would like to hear this kind of nonsense, let them know about us.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, we'll see you soon.
Good night.